or not.
Yeah, I don't really know. If you don't have any questions, I don't have any answers.
Just, yeah, I need to put it in my phone and well, actually, I do have stuff in my phone. I just have to not look at it and just do it.
Yeah, and
So
was there a lot of people or not that many people last week?
I wasn't there last week because I was flying back here last week.
Oh, okay.
So I was on a plane. So, so yeah. So I don't know. I think I watched the replay and I think it was just the two Julies.
Oh, look.
There might have been. Oh, there's Julie.
Yeah, the first link just sat and spin saying that the host had another meeting going on. So
Yeah, if you click on the thing that Jamie Lynn posted in our app, it just went and went and went. So
Yeah,
I
I
went
just-
back to
to
the
last
app.
week's. Oh, I went back to last
Oh.
week's link.
Okay,
and it
I
let
went
me-
to the little square on our app that said calls.
Yeah.
So, oh, it's cold where you are.
No, I just wear a hood when I've got a headache.
Oh no.
So.
Oh, you still have a headache.
I'm just recovering. I only slept for maybe 2 or 3 hours last night. So I'm just really tired.
No kidding. Yeah.
I was just thinking how tired I am, but that's just because I'm like PMSing. I have
Oh,
no
we're
other excuse. I
we're
slept.
past that.
I know.
past
that's
that.
fine.
I would almost
It's
rather
great.
have that than the crap I'm going through right now, though.
Yeah, true. True. I've never had like migraines or anything like that, and it just does not sound fun.
No, we got
So-
rain all day today, so I'm sure that was it. So
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
yeah, it really affects it. I didn't realize it. I don't click the two until like, oh yeah, it's raining all day today. Oh, my elbow's
Yeah.
hurting. I feel like the old lady, oh, my elbow's hurt. It's gonna rain soon. you know?
Like, how do you know? Oh, I got a click in my hip.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Well, Julie's the weather woman. Okay, so do you have any movement questions? Because this
No.
call is turning into more of a Q&A. Like if anybody who is in the new 2.0 who's doing the movement, because the movement's a little bit different this time. If they have any questions, they're coming to this call, but it's also open to anybody who has movement questions. And so this call is moving more into a Q&A than
Okay.
Maritza like delivering a topic and talking about it.
Yeah.
And so
She answered a lot of them last week. I think
Yeah, you
Last
had
week,
all the questions.
I had all
week.
the I had all the questions
Who
last
was on it? You and Julie Wetzel?
Julie was on for a little bit, but there was somebody else that she was new. I don't remember what her name was.
That's good. That's
So
good. I'm glad that because the new people are the people who are getting the different movement modules this go around. And so everybody in the old 2.0 got their, for lack of a better word, in a very nice way, got their hand held through the movement because it was tabby. It was so personalized and they had calls with them. And so this time it's going to be kind of different. This is the hand holding on this call.
Okay. So
You know what I'm
do they have
saying?
a set of exercises to do and then they have questions on how to do
They
them?
have, any questions on how to
Okay.
do them, modifications, anything, but anybody can come from the community and say, hey, I'm struggling with this movement. Can you help me? Or is there a modification? I have a hurt elbow. How do I work around this? So anybody can come and
I'm old. How do I work around that?
I have no answer.
I know. I know.
You-
Oh. Hey, Miss May got her knee
You're
replaced.
older.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did she get her second knee replaced?
Yes, she did.
She
So,
said 2. So she has 2
yes.
new names.
yeah, so she's gonna be walking. She's gonna be doing great. I'm so
That is
excited for
so
her.
exciting. That is so exciting. That's
Yeah,
like awesome. I
yeah.
want her to get back boxing. That's what I wanted.
Yes. You wanted away?
Get back boxing.
Was she a
Mhm.
boxer? Did
Yeah,
she
she
box?
was, like in her more recently than in her youth. Yeah, she was
Oh,
like
wow.
elbow, uppercut. She was like doing all these things when we were there. I was like, wow, you need to get back to that, girl. So yeah, it was good.
Oh, she would. I can see her doing that and being really good at it too.
Yeah,
Of course,
and it's-
I think that woman can be good at anything. So, yeah,
yeah, she
yeah.
can. Old school
We're
goody.
keeping Julie awake.
No,
Well, and also it's just about finding something that's fun and that you like.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just started doing this cardio kickboxing thing, which just sounds so like whatever, but it's actually really cool and really fun. Like learning how to like kick things and punch things and move my body in a different way. And like it makes your brain work because you're like doing combos, right? She's like jab, cross, hook, double hook, cross, uppercut. Like she's like yelling these things out. And it's like making your brain work in a different way. And so
Oh,
it just feels like a game more than like a workout.
we did that.
well,
as
that's always
kids.
fun.
Yeah, it
We
is
did
fun.
that
You
as
did what?
kids.
I said we
Yeah.
did that as kids.
I know.
Boom, boom.
My dad,
No.
4 sisters, he bought us all boxing gloves. He was like, you know what? You're having a squabble, go work it out. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. No, we never got boxing gloves. Thank God. Oh,
That
oh,
would have been
goodness.
interesting.
Nah, I'd kick all your butts.
So, hey, maybe you should find a cardio kickboxing class.
Maybe. Maybe.
I'm
That
just saying, sometimes
sounds like fun.
it really is fun.
Most of the places around here where I live, though, it's like I either have to travel 20 minutes one way or 25 minutes the other way because I'm like in the middle of nowhere, really. And
So is Leah.
yeah, and so trying to find places that are actually reasonable that you don't have to be a member for. That's probably
Yeah.
my biggest obstacle with that.
Yeah.
Because I would love to join a class. So I'm hoping that, I mean, the gym that I belong to now, I mean, it's pretty small. It's just for the building that we work in. And they're more focused on like spin classes and
Oh, yeah.
Like-
That's a
Have you ever
biggie.
done a spin class?
once. I will never do it again.
Okay.
I
Just
couldn't walk for
checking.
like 2 days afterwards. It was just too intense.
Oh, it's like
My-
saddle floor walk, like that
Oh
kind
my,
of intense?
that and just from my thighs doing the biking. I mean, it was too intense for somebody that had never done that before. And I did it at, I think, Gold's Gym when we were joined at Gold's Gym
Oh,
years
wow.
ago.
That was a while ago.
And
Yeah.
and it was when we lived in Bettendorf, and it was too intense. And I don't really like biking anyway. I mean, it's like, you lean over and my knees hit my gut, and yeah, no, I don't like that feeling.
What other classes do they have at your gym? Do they have other classes?
They have a boot camp one, but it's like, I don't know. It's after work.
Mhm.
And when I'm done with work, I'm done.
Done.
That's why I
Yeah.
go in early. So
Yeah.
I mean, I stayed home today because I was too tired to get up and go to work. So I'm like, I'm staying home today.
Hey,
I'm just
You
gonna,
should try it sometime, just one time. You can sacrifice one day. You should try it.
That's true. They have suggestions, so I may put in a suggestion box of getting something, because I would really like to do like weightlifting and just doing weights and stuff like that, to see if they'd have somebody that would do that instead of all this high intensity stuff, because
Right.
I can't do that stuff anymore. So
Yeah, and sometimes it's nice to have something that you don't have to like work at your capacity all the
yeah,
time, like spinning or like all those high intensity things that it feels like you
Yeah.
have to exert a lot of like physical cardio energy versus like strength energy. It just feels
Right.
different You know what I
Right.
mean? And sometimes
Yeah.
it's nice. and I love lifting weights. And so there you go. If I was there, I'd do a class.
You would.
I would. I would. But it's also good sometimes to do both, because we know that
Yeah.
cardio is good for our hearts, right? It's good for our health. Like we
Yeah.
don't have to
Yeah.
be running.
Yeah. I do that in the morning because, I do the half hour on the treadmill, and I move it up to 3 and, get the incline up a little bit.
Mhm.
I mean, I haven't been lately just because I've been going through this exhaustion phase of February exhaustion. I guess that's what I'm going to call it. I just feel like it's never ending.
Well, it's
Yeah.
almost over in one day.
I know.
Yeah,
And one day,
tomorrow.
thank God. Yeah, really.
Yeah.
So.
No, Siri, you don't. Was not talking to you.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Just the thought of trying something new one time. I think what holds me back mostly from that is not actually the act of trying the new thing, but the act of like going in and not knowing how to do this thing in front of people who know how to do this thing, and people who have already created like this little thing family. And I'm like the outsider,
yeah.
maybe to
Yeah.
share a bag with somebody, but I'm too afraid to ask because I don't want to butt into this family. That always feels like the kind of more scary thing than the actual thing. And I think that's the thing. How many times can I say thing that stops people from trying the classes versus the actual exercise part? But that is also growth too.
Yeah.
I know. I know. I'm actually starting to kind of talk to these people now. When they see me, they're not totally like, who's that chick?
Yeah, because I
Oh,
think they have
goodness.
that boot camp like Mondays and Wednesdays from I think it's from 5 to 5:45 or something like that. So it's like a 45-minute class. Maybe I'll sign up for it next week.
Yeah, and it's boot camp is usually like classically some strength and cardio, right? It's like they use weights for certain things, and then maybe they'll do a cardio thing, and then they'll use weights again. And so it switches around a lot, which also makes things go by faster.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
So.
And our bodies like new things because it's like makes it work again. It's like,
yeah.
Oh. But so I guess the problem is like new things. Go out and do new things, ladies.
Go do new things.
Yeah.
And a little bit
of
chat.
Yeah.
Sorry, whoever's listening.
Well, when I was doing the resistance bands, I had done the resistance bands and I got really sore after it. And this was back in like October. And I have what do I have? It's like, I thought I had a growth,
arthritis,
but it's actually, I have arthritis in my
clavicle
in
bones?
the joint that connects my clavicle to my sternum.
Really? Like right here?
Yeah,
area?
like right here. Yeah. It's like really big. Well, really big for me because the other side is like totally flat, but this side isn't. And so it's like, I don't know how much I can do to where it's not going to be affected, because it really affected my sleep for a long time. It doesn't hurt so much now anymore, but I'm not using, I'm not lifting anything. I'm not pulling anything. I'm not doing any of that. I'm doing, and I can do the, I can do the push-ups on the wall, or I do them on like a desk. And then I think that's about the only thing. I was able to do the plank though for the
cool.
boot camp part.
Boot camp. Yeah.
Yeah. But I only did that for a week because I ended up having to travel for so much. I wasn't doing it. And I was just like, gonna have to pass on that. So then I got totally exhausted, and I've been exhausted for like 3 weeks.
Did you take a COVID test yet?
No, because I don't have any other symptoms but being tired. That's all I am. I don't have really any other symptoms. So I just figured it's fatigue from traveling.
Eating enough?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I mean, probably not on the weekends so well. And because I think this weekend was the first weekend that I've actually stayed home in the past
Uh-huh.
the
Oh,
past 3 weekends. Before that, I was traveling everywhere.
Yeah, that does
So-
sound, that can be exhausting in itself.
Yeah,
And sometimes it's good to honor that, like, to realize that you genuinely feel exhausted and stay home from work.
yeah. And it
Ver-
almost feels like I'm starting to go through menopause all over again.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, but that's how my cycle was when I had periods. It's like, oh, my husband.
Is he
He
okay?
hurt his ribs and he sneezed. Ooh,
Oh, God.
not a good thing.
That does
So
hurt.
he sneezed and went, ah. Sorry. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, my cycle was screwed up when I did have a cycle. So I knew probably going through menopause was going to be a little tricky. So it just feels like I'm starting it all over again,
Well,
which
it's
kind of
good.
sucks.
Yeah, it does, but it is good to honor your body and rest sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
you're pretty consistent
Yeah.
that if you have
Yeah.
some time of fatigue, because if we have fatigue, if we exercise through that, we're not really making any gains, because the body's like stress on stress, and the body's like even more inflamed and blah, blah, blah. And so it's better to just,
Right. Because that's kind of my telltale is, I go and do the 15-minute walk. And if I feel better after the 15-minute walk, then I know it's something that I need to do the exercise. But
yeah.
if I don't, I'm just like, all right, that's it. And I tried today and I just went, yeah, no, not doing it today.
I think that's good to know yourself that.
Yeah.
Like
That is
that.
a good sign too. I mean,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
half the time you don't feel like doing it because you're tired, but once you get out
Right.
there, you're like, oh, I'm not that tired.
Right. Right. No,
Yeah.
maybe this is what I needed was just to move my body and get my
Mhm.
blood circulating and get
Yeah.
it pumping and everything. And because I did that when I went, I mean, like over the weekend, I had to go shopping, but I had to take my car in. So it's like, I think it took them like almost 2 hours to change my oil. So I'm walking around,
Wow.
I did all my walking in Walmart and then I did my grocery shopping on top of that. So, I got almost my 10,000 steps just for waiting for my car to get done. So, but then I came home and I was like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted.
I'm exhausted. I got my 10K, but I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So one last thing I did want to say, something that you said, Julie, reminded me of this, is like, if you do decide to do the class, or if you ever decide to do something new, talk to the person who's teaching it and just like tell them what you're planning on doing or planning on getting out of it. Like, hey, it's my first time. I have arthritis here. I screwed it up last time. I'm just going to take it easy and check out this class and kind of, go through the motions of how it feels for me. So if I'm not like going balls to the wall, you don't have to say that, but like
Yeah.
everybody else, like that's why, because sometimes
Okay.
that being a coach, that kind of communication I appreciate. Then I'm not
Okay.
like, let's go rock it out.
Come
on. You know what I mean? And them going like, oh, this is awful. I'm never coming back. This person is pushing me and I don't want to be pushed.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of communication that way goes a long way when you're starting something new. And then
Okay.
the expectations out there, like the boundaries there, and if this person's a good coach or trainer, they're like, cool, awesome. Thank you for telling me that. So it's like,
All right. That's a good idea. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
and it makes it feel, it just makes it feel like better, I think.
Well, and the communication is key too. So that way they know where your headspace is and they know, okay, it's not that she doesn't want to push herself. It's she can't push herself right now, or she wants to see where her level is.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Or
that's a good
maybe she
idea.
is pushing herself. Like maybe she is pushing herself, but it looks
Yeah.
different, because
Yeah.
anything you do, I don't really care how fit you are. anything new that you do that your body's not used to is going to be hard.
Yeah.
It's like learning anything. Like a refrigerator repairman might be able to repair the refrigerator eyes closed, but then go to sew a blanket. Like, it's like, this is scary, I have no clue. Right? Can't expect me to just like whip it out. You know what I mean? You know where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
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 Anything else, ladies?
No, but it's good to see your face.
See you, ladies. Maybe you'll see me on here again. Who knows?
Alrighty. Thanks,
Okay.
Leah.
Really feel better. Enjoy
Thank
your
you.
company.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, Terry.
Good to see you, Julie. Bye, Leah. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.